come with us to our pre-season camp at Somerford. So we were actually invited by our friend Georgia to come to Somerford for the weekend with her and make our own sort of little camp. I'd never been to Somerford before, and I'd also never been away without my partner Steve, but I thought I'd go for it because it'd be really great training for Ruby. So we packed up and headed over to Somerford, and we actually started off with a clinic that was being run by Sue Chadwick, as you can see here. And Ruby was feeling quite keen, so I was a little bit nervous. We had a little bit of a warm up ourselves before we headed over to Sue, and Ruby was taking a few flyers at some of the fences, but she soon settled down and was jumping really well, and I was so proud of her. Sue had us doing some more technical lines, just helping us get really ready for the season. And Ruby and I just grew in confidence throughout the session, and I was so proud of her for jumping that drop fence. I thought it was a really great chance to practice some drop fences on a really good surface before we hit the grass. And we weren't perfect. We did tap a few fences, we took some long ones, chipped in some short ones, but this was such great training for us, and it just filled me with so much confidence. And then she had a little bit of a scramble before that fence into the water, but she is so honest, and who doesn't love a splash through the water? So we finished this session feeling really confident, and then after putting the horses in their stables and having a little break for lunch, we headed over to the arena for our show jump lesson. Again, Georgia had booked our lesson with Sue Chadwick, so it was really great because she'd seen her this morning. So she'd seen all the horses already, and this session again was just filling us with so much confidence. And I mean, it wouldn't be Ruby in a show jump session without destroying at least one fence, but we came round, jumped it again, and it didn't knock her confidence, luckily. So again, we finished this session on a big high, and we had stables booked for the night. So after this session, we headed over to the stables, and Ruby had her recovery mash, and I tucked her into bed after a good wash off, and we stayed the night in one of the dorm pods, which I wish I'd have got some content of because I absolutely loved it. It was so cozy, and the heating kept us warm all night. And in the morning we woke up and we had breakfast at Gigi's Cafe, which is next to the office, before getting tacked up to go on the farm ride, which was just such a nice leg stretch for the girls, and also Fergus, after a busy day on the Saturday with their 2 sessions. I'd never been round this farm ride, as we'd never been to Somerford, and Ruby was taking in all the scenery. She didn't mind being left behind. I love all the little water crossings they have there, and that it was all on like surface all weather tracks, so I didn't have to worry about the mud or hard ground, wet ground. And then they had a little stretch off and we went home. We can't wait to come back to Somerford.